Hey friends, Jewel back with another super cool astrology video. And today I wanted to talk about the composite aspect of Sun conjunct Pluto in a composite chart and what happens when we see this between two people. So composite charts are midpoint charts where we take two birth charts and we calculate the midpoints between all the planets, and it gives us a really clear picture of what the overall themes of a relationship are. So synastry is more, the day-to-day interaction, shows us attractions, a lot of the story between two people, but the composite charts are really the overall picture. So looking between, both charts, we can see what two people are all about when they come together in the context of a relationship. So when we have the Sun conjunct to Pluto in a composite chart, this is a deeply, deeply transforming aspect to have. It's one that signals a great deal of involvement. And Pluto is always going to be about depth and about transformation and a certain amount of difficulty, because it represents things that we overcome in order to become something greater than what we were before. And the Sun is the identity between two people. It's the life force within us, the expression, the energy, the vitality, and represents in a composite chart the larger force of what you're going towards, the goal of the relationship, the energy of the relationship. And so when we have these two meeting in a conjunction, we see them working together. So as opposed to the opposition or the square, where these forces are working very much in conflict and creating what they create, which is deep transformation between the two individuals, when we have this happening in a conjunction, we have these deep forces working together. And so it's more something that tears and rebuilds rather than just tears itself apart. And so they act on each other to bring about very strengthening personal changes. And this typically happens through creating a certain amount of difficulties for each other within the relationship. Now, Pluto represents other people's assets, other people's money, all things of the 8th house, death, crisis, restructuring, all those things are found in the 8th. And so when we have Pluto with the Sun, often we can see the issues of other people's assets or debt or financial crisis being the impetus for the personal changes that we see between the two people. So this is one that does have people being very bonded, very attracted, and it brings a certain amount of feeling that destiny is involved with being together. And so they go through periods with this conjunction where things really appear to disintegrate. I mean, they can really fall apart. And there can be depression, blame, enormous amounts of difficulty that can come in between two people as a result of how they behave in the relationship. And a lot of times it's as a result of how they are playing off of each other in very subconscious ways. So this is one that when they fall apart, if they can wait it out, if they can overcome the difficulties that are arising between them, they can come back from this way stronger than they ever were before. So as opposed to the opposition or the square between the Sun and Pluto, where they typically do better when they part, when they're having difficulties because there's so much passion and energy stirred up. With the conjunction, they do tend to wait it out, and if they can do that, then they become more of a unit than they ever were in the first place. So it is one that, is powerfully bonding because of the crisis that they endure together. And that's what this one really, really at its heart represents, is enduring together. And it's one that is not going to be easy, because it does signify a certain amount of difficulty. But if you can weather that storm with this particular conjunction, there is a great amount of personal strength that can result, as well as the ability to strengthen that bond and make the relationship something that was deeper than it ever was before the crisis came into it. So it's one that, when you see it in a composite chart, it's definitely going to signal great bonding through transformation, and is not one to be taken lightly. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com. You can find me on Facebook at Truth and Aspect Astrology, where you should be following me, because I do birthday descriptions and daily astrological weather forecasting, lots of articles and writings over there. So check me out over there. Yes, I do private consultation, and I'll be back super soon with more super cool videos. Bye-bye.